For the babies on the south side, the east side, the west side, the north side.
Hello, and welcome to the Women of Wealth Show on Intellectual Radio.
Yo, what's going on, family?
What's up? Cocktails and conversations. I hope y'all got y'all cocktails ready to join the conversation.
Let's get started.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to get started.
All right. The question is, he got that smirk on his face. So, okay, where's your phone? Oh, you got your phone all the way over there?
Yeah, I'm not doing Facebook Live tonight, family. So y'all gonna have to check in with either Talika or Shwana. I'm gonna post mine after the show, so I can get everybody in the shot at one time. So I'll post it in about an hour or so.
Oh wow!
And,
I go off your stuff.
Yeah.
So tune in 708-223-8953. Let's go.
The question is, because most of your people, Dion is the one that calls, so you may have to try that thing another time.
Yeah, maybe so. I might have to go halfay through.
You may have to go. Yeah, pass you to. Come on now, go live now.
People coming in, they gonna come through.
Yeah, well, pass him his phone, T. Now, one of the topics is we got two topics, which I just posted again. The topic is I'm gonna wait for him to go live. Even. How was your day, T?
My day is awesome. I'm off on Friday, so yeah, I had a good
Always
time.
a good day, for real. Always a good day when you off on Friday, because I'm off on Friday.
All of us is off on Friday.
Yeah, so.
You see that post about the taxes? Like you late for work and you got about 8 G's on your taxes. So they say, excuse me, you late. You be like, watch your mouth.
Right.
You know people gonna be tripping. So you may have to come on. No,
because might have to sit in my lap.
Because people say they only see half of my head.
Yeah.
Like Earl said, you're gonna have to turn it around. You're gonna have to.
He needs to get an iPhone for real.
Anyway, man.
Hey, y'all.
Hey. Okay, we gotta keep doing that. Hey. The question is, would you, as a woman, the question is, would you propose? This is one of the questions. Would you propose to a man?
I'm not a woman, so I'm going to hold my remarks.
Okay, you hold your remarks, but I still want your opinion as to
Gotcha.
would you say okay. So, T, would you propose to a man?
I don't know.
I'm hearing noise coming from somewhere. What's that?
I don't know. It's some echoing.
Uh-oh.
I'm not sure if I would propose to a man. So I'm gonna say no. I'm not. I don't know.
Why?
Because he's supposed to. If
Who
he don't
said?
want me, no. Hey, listen. I'm a real old school. Okay, so let's start there. I'm old school. When it comes to a man choosing me, why should I have to propose to him? That means he didn't choose me.
Well,
right?
First of all, I want Dion to get that smirk off his face. But the thing is that he could have still chosen you.
How?
What you mean how?
Because he ain't.
You hear it too, Earl? You hear that? That's
yes,
it.
the echo.
I don't know who hit me.
Nobody hit now.
That's
It's
your
echo.
microphone.
Oh, that's my mic.
I'm rubbing. So
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Now he did choose you. Y'all been together. He loves you.
He ain't chose me because he ain't say, baby, I want to marry you. Let's make this official. So he ain't choose me. If I go and say, hey, sir, would you marry me? What?
He said yes.
I don't give a hell.
Oh.
He ain't choose me. I'm choosing him.
Right.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Should we ask the
no, we gonna ask you. What you think?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would propose to somebody.
Okay, girl.
Okay, yeah.
You gonna get down on one knee too?
Stop playing with me.
I'm just saying.
You making me totally masculine. No, it's enough masculine energy to ask a man that, but I'm not gonna make it worse and get down on one knee. To me, I'm totally demasculating him by doing that, by getting on one knee. Okay, hold on.
I thought you
said you can't wait.
I can't stop.
Can I finish though?
Can
I finish my thought?
Please go ahead. Hurry up.
I'm not gonna get on my knee.
Oh my
and propose. Matter of fact, I want to ask early, and now you're gonna have to wait a few minutes longer.
That's fine.
And if you look on my page, a lot of men say that's the only way I do it. If she proposes, then maybe I stay married because she won't divorce me because she proposed to me.
That is the dumbest ish in the world.
I'm gonna drink to that.
In the world.
Okay, well, Earl is ready.
My response is, marry. Why? Because you have 6 kids and no baby daddy. Why you want to marry me?
It reeks of desperation.
You need a place to stay. Is that what it is?
Wow, really?
You homeless?
Wow.
I don't
Are
know,
y'all
why are you asking me to marry you? I mean, I want to know why.
For a woman to ask a man,
It
it
gotta be a
reeks
reason.
of desperation.
Right,
That's what it
exactly.
reeks of.
Are y'all
Exactly.
serious?
You don't have no place to
Absolutely.
live?
You think she don't have no place to live because she
You don't have
want to
no
marry
job?
you?
You don't have no job? You just might take care of you?
He ain't choose
Why are you asking me to
her.
marry you? Just tell me.
It's a new age.
Okay, why are
No.
you asking to marry me? You tell me why. You say you would do it, so why?
Because
What's the
I want him to be.
reasons?
Because I want him to be my husband.
Okay, why?
So you rushing the process.
How? What am I
'Cause
rushing?
He ain't
Okay, you're
ready,
not answering the
obviously.
question. Why?
Okay, because I think that it's okay no matter who asks. I didn't think it reeked of desperation. I think it could seem that it make me appeal to be a little
Let
masculine.
me just say
for
this
me to
right
do
here.
that.
Usually when men ask that question, it's because they want to take care of you for the rest of their life.
That's
Usually.
it.
So you want to take care of me for the rest of my life?
How about that? You gonna switch the roles?
Is that why you get married, to take care of me for the rest of my life?
I mean,
That's
supposed
part of
to be.
being a man.
That's what it's supposed to be.
A man is a provider and a protector,
I'm
so
gonna
that's what
provide
that's
for you. I'm
supposed
asking
to
you married
be.
because you know what? I love you so much that I want to take care of you for the rest of your life. Is that why you want to get married to me?
Yes, I want to take care of you too.
Come on now, get for real. You know
See-
damn well
see-
you ain't taking care of me.
Dig, I ain't never saw Earl that ready. So now go ahead, Wash, because I know you about to go off.
I'm gonna try and keep it as reserved as possible. Hey, Facebook family, I'm
Shalom.
on live right now. So, Brand,
Shondelin, call.
Brand, if you please call in. Brand said, "Desperate women ask," and that's the same thing I'm gonna say. But I'm gonna start back to something you said. I don't want to emasculate him. If you ask a man to marry him, he might as well be wearing the panties.
No,
He may be
okay.
wearing
He
panties.
might as well go ahead and be the one to cook and clean. And I'm pretty sure if you have to ask a man to marry you, he probably gonna want to have your kids, because that's what it feels like to me. There is no way on this planet. And again, I get it. It's through tradition, but this has been going on for thousands of years. As long as people have been married, the man has asked the woman.
But why
to
can't
marry
it
him.
change?
I'm not saying
Why
that it can't
should it
change,
change,
but what does that mean for a woman to have to ask a man? Because 9 times out of 10, a man asks you to marry him when he's ready. If you ask him to marry you, that means he ain't ready. That's what it means to me. And I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Just again, one of 8 billion people on this planet, y'all, as I always
I
claim.
wish you stopped saying that disclaimer.
Because I am. But the way that I look at it, man, hey, look, when I am ready to take care of you, just like Earl said, I'm ready to provide for you for the rest of your life, whether that's 50 years, 100 years, or 150 years. So don't ask me to marry you, because what that's saying to me is that, again, you are saying, hey, look, I'm ready right now. I'm ready right now.
And he
Again,
not.
it reeks of desperation to me. And, it's funny because me and a friend of mine, we had this conversation about 6, 7, 8 years ago. And she said, do you think I should ask a man to marry? What do you think about men asking women to marry? I said, that's the terriblest thing in the world.
Thank you for calling the Women of Wealth Show on Intellectual Radio. Go ahead, Brenda.
I know my girlfriend ain't just said that. I know you ain't just said that. I know my girlfriend ain't just said that.
What you think, Brenda?
Ain't nobody, you know what? I ain't getting no knees and ask no man to marry me.
I'm not getting on my knee.
I don't care what it is. You ain't asking no man to marry you.
Thank you.
Because it don't work like that. It's just a good man. It ain't gonna work like that. You can't do it like that. That's
Right.
Somebody want to sit at home and play the game or something. But no, baby, it don't go like that.
And then
That's
if he's
it.
sitting at home playing the game, why you want to marry him
You give
anyway?
away all your power when you do that. You cannot do that.
Yep.
You giving away your power. How you giving away your power? How you giving away your power? Because
Girl,
you took the initiative?
Understand the power that you have and know it. When a man come to you and asks you to marry him, then it's the right way. That's the right way to go, Shawana. You ain't got to. Should be asking no man to marry you.
A man that
Never.
chooses a woman chooses a good thing, right? So a
That's
woman
right.
that chooses a
Now
man.
she want to quote the Bible all
I'm
this
just
time.
saying,
Oh my
a
goodness.
woman that chooses a man that's not ready is not gonna have a good thing. Cause he ain't ready. Obviously, that's why he not.
He ain't gonna let you do that to him, because the alpha man's not gonna let you push him. He's not gonna let you do that to him. He want to be the one that choose you. That's not right, Shawana. No.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Brand.
Thank you for calling in, Brenda.
Thank you for calling in. Bye, Brand.
You choose that man, right? You
Mhm.
made a choice. Like, okay, baby, it's time. Because this is what you're saying. Willie Wilson, will you marry me?
Why you gotta sound like that?
He like,
You
Why she
might as
gotta
well
sound
sound
like
like
That's
you
what
might
you
as well
gonna
sound
sound
like
like.
yeah. You
Because
might
you
as
say
well.
you
Like
want,
a
you
punk.
don't want to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
masculine.
Okay, let
Yeah.
me get the phone because thank you for calling the Women of Wealth Show on Intellectual Radio. Go ahead.
Hey, this Sean from Hillside.
Hey,
Hey,
Sean.
Sean.
Hey, Ron.
Hey,
What
Sean.
you think, Sean? Let me know something.
Okay, let me put it in this perspective. If you asking a man to marry you and he's not ready, y'all know how women are more susceptible to commit, right? When we get married, we ready to settle down. We ain't thinking about nobody else. We're more apt to be 100% committed than a man.
Yes.
If you ask a man to marry you and he says yes, which means he really wasn't ready, then you probably will be dealing with a lot of issues, in my opinion. A lot of issues with him being committed, faithful, or whatever, because he may have said yes because y'all have kids, y'all have house, y'all have things together. But let's just wait for the man to do it, because men take longer than women do as far as commitment, settling down, maturing. No offense to any of the men, but I mean, it's been shown that men they take longer than women. We all, because we're nurturers. We're bred to, be family women and wives and all of that. But men, some of these men out here grow up to be,
Yeah.
Okay, but at what point do you start waiting on them to grow up, though? I mean, she's taking initiative.
That's up to him.
On her. That's her
up to-
prerogative to take initiative because she's ready. But at what point do you start waiting on him to be ready?
Yeah, that's up to him, and that's something I think that you as a couple need to discuss. Like, again, I'm pretty sure
I
somewhere.
can hear y'all. Can I finish, Sean? Because y'all just going and going on me.
I'm
Sean,
sorry.
are you almost finished, dear?
No, yeah, go ahead, Sean.
Yes, but you have to value, like what he was about to say, you really have to be at a point to answer T's question, to evaluate the situation. If y'all been together 7 years, 10 years, and he still ain't ready, and if you ready, I mean, at the end of the day, if he ain't ready, that's a discussion that you guys need to have.
Absolutely.
And if he sit there and say that he's not ready, then you have to evaluate your life and yourself, and if you want to just sit there and wait for him or move on and get into something that's comparable to what you're looking for in life, because he might not ever be ready.
Right, and it's time to pack your bags. You in this game for 10 years and he ain't ready. Bye,
Man,
sir.
come on. Hey, Denisha, call in. My girl Denisha, she posted a comment.
Sean.
Denisha, call in. Call in 708-223-8953. Denisha, I want to hear what you got to say. 708-223-8953. Please call in, honey, and tell me and repeat what you just put on my post. Because everybody needs to hear this.
Because I see Charles Crosby
stated Big
that Black women are bred to be wives.
Now, I don't know if I agree with that, bro.
So Charles Crosby needs to call. Say this number again.
708-223-8953. Y'all call in 708-223-8953.
Now the pastor saying that that's a woman with low self-esteem because she proposed to a man. Did you go on the Facebook page and see a lot of the men said yes, no problem, that's fine.
They beta men.
I question them.
They beta.
Some of those wasn't beta men.
How you know? They beta men in their relationship. They want that woman to pull them around by their neck with that little dang on dog tag. Come on, dog.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying.
Thank you for calling the Women of Wealth Show on Intellectual Radio. Go ahead.
Hey, this is Denisha. How are you?
Oh my goodness.
My classmate calling in. Go ahead, speak your heart, honey.
I think Morgan Park be taking over.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you, as long as we got a Morgan Parker on the seat, honey, we gonna call it.
There it is. Let them know.
Let me know.
Okay. Let me tell you, he that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtain favor with God. Everything God says and does is the reason behind it. Now, me personally, when a woman proposes to a man, get on her knees actually and giving him a ring, that is so out of order. Because you're asking for trouble. Because when a man is ready to settle down, he's going to find that woman. But when you find that man and tell him you want to get married, you're asking for trouble because mentally, physically, psychologically, and spiritually, he's not ready. So you're going to have to take whatever comes because you put yourself in that situation. But if you wait, and I know, let me tell you, I don't want to take over your show, but I'm a talker. Me and my husband were divorced. We were married for 14, divorced for 17, and just got remarried 2 years
Sure
ago.
did.
Okay,
Sure did.
Okay,
Sure
congratulations.
did.
Thank you. And so when we started getting back together, we went to San Diego to visit my daughter who's in the Navy, and we came back, and he started coming over my house every night. And mind you, this man already knows me. But see, a man is going to get away. Whatever you let him get away with, he's going to do it because that's just human nature. Because if I could get away with it, I'm going to do it too. So he was coming over my house every night. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. What's going on here? So I told him, I said, so what we doing here? He said, what you mean? I said, I don't play house with my baby daddy. So I wasn't asking him to marry me.
Right.
I put it on the table. I said, look, we either going to do the right thing or we can go our separate ways. Even though in my head I was saying, please don't go nowhere.
Right.
And he was like, I want my wife back. I said, so what you gonna do? He said, we're gonna get married this weekend. I said, yeah, right. So I had a condo downtown. So he was like, we can go get the license on Monday. I'm like, whatever. And he's like, we can get married Saturday. Girl, Monday morning, he woke up and woke me up and said, let's go get the license. We went and got that license, and that Saturday, because it was COVID time, we got married in the living room in our condo downtown.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
You have to, and the thing is, you have to just trust God. I know it sounds cliche, but God knows what's going to happen before it happens. And if he said he that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor, that's just it. You just got to walk in that thing. And if anybody tell you anything different, you say, nah, that's not what I believe. I don't care how much you love that man. I don't care how good he put it down. If you don't allow yourself, and some women may not like the word I'm about to use, but everybody got to play their role. Know your
Play
place.
your position. Play your
Definitely.
position.
Please don't bring up no baseball analogy. Don't.
Basketball, but yeah, you're right. Yeah,
because at the end of the day, that man is not going to look at you the same if you're the one who approached him. Because all men like to be in control. Let them find us.
It's some beta men out here, though.
What did say that again?
It's some
beta men out here too.
They like to be controlled.
That's true, but then that's a man that you have to know how to treat him. Because my husband is he not a thug? He's a soft guy, but he got that rough side. So if I was a different type of woman, I could manipulate him. But when you have a man that's soft, God knows exactly what he's doing. You have to play your role and not overpower him. You make suggestions. You say, hey, honey, what you think about this, about that? And you step back. You plant a seed. That's a wise woman building the house. But a foolish woman knocks it down.
And
listen, I just learned the little things along the way. Because being married and divorced and married to the same man twice, it taught me a lot about myself.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying, let me not talk about nothing else and stick to the subject.
Yeah.
He that finds a wife. He that finds a wife. Know your position, play it well. And if that man is for you, believe you me, ain't nothing nobody can do about it. And don't allow him to string you along for years. Let me tell you, before I got married and I got in this situation, I looked at a man, I knew who I wanted to be with before I left that place. And I put myself in a place so I could be noticeable for that man.
Right.
That's our part.
Right.
We put ourselves in a position so that man could notice, and then they're going to think it's them. It ain't him. Women are smarter than men, bottom line.
Definitely.
Most of the time, and they don't even know it.
Go ahead and say okay.
Definitely.
I agree.
Oh,
I agree. I'm not going to not agree with that. That's a scientific fact. That's a scientific fact.
Thank you.
But thank you for calling in, Morgan Park Mustang Class 86.
I see. Okay, don't be doing no Mustang. Thank you.
Listen, y'all don't forget to tune into my show. I'm actually one of the Tapper Housewives where I show premiering on March the 4th.
Yeah.
It's on my Facebook page. Please tune in, see your girl do her thing. God
Absolutely.
opening up big doors.
Absolutely.
Okay, I love you guys. Thank you for having me.
We're there.
All right,
welcome. Thank you, honey. Appreciate it. Love you too.
All right. Love you too, babe. Later.
Bye.
Okay, you had the pastor say he wanted the number. So.
Fry Soul, 708-223-8953. Please call in and let us know what your opinion is on tonight's subject matter, which is should a woman man ask him, is it okay for a woman to ask a man to marry her? Is it okay for a woman
And
to
if you
ask a
go
man to
on my
marry her?
Facebook page right now, the men was saying yes, yes. Crosby said they wasn't beta men; they're just meek.
Meek men is the word.
Meek.
Yeah,
That's
well,
beta.
it's all the same.
Do I have
bruh.
any meek beta males?
That's
708-223-8953.
I definitely need an alpha because I'm an alpha woman, so I definitely need an alpha man. I can't have no beta man because guess what? Where we going?
Okay, so all them men that said it on the page, all those was meek.
708-223-8953.
If they are choosing to sit back and let a woman come and propose to them,
Hold on, you hold that thought. You hold that thought, Shawty. Go ahead, Pastor. Thank you for calling the Women of Wealth show on Intellectual Radio. Go ahead, Pastor. What you got?
What's going on, family?
What's happening, bro?
How you doing, brother?
Yes,
I
sir,
totally
well.
agree. You know how I feel about this. I hate this with every fiber in my being.
Right.
hate is such a strong word, Pastor.
No woman has any business proposing to any real man.
Oh,
He said real.
did he say real
I'm gonna
man?
preface it like that.
That is.
Real man.
That is.
You have no business proposing to a real man. A man knows that, as the sister said before me, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor of the Lord. The favor is coming from you. So many things that he's going to be blessed as a result of his connection with you. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want no sisters to take me out of context and start acting in a way that's unbecoming of a lady. What I'm saying is that you value yourself. God made the man and he gave the woman unto man as a gift. So I think that we need to recapture, and I know everybody don't believe that, but it still is what it is. We need to recapture a God view of relationship. Again, when God gave Eve to Adam, he gave him somewhere to stay. He provided for him. He gave him a job. After he gave him somewhere to stay, after he assigned him a job, then he brought her along. That's the next thing. Stop trying to grow men up.
This is true.
We got sisters out here wifing men. Lord help.
For sure.
Say it again. Say it
Look, I
again.
gotta
Say it
take my
again.
jacket off.
Say it
I
again.
said-
Say it again, man.
Pass the plate
We
around.
got sisters out here wifing men.
Yep. Yep.
You shouldn't be wifing no man. That's not a man.
That ain't. That's a beta guy.
That's not a man. And I know, again, everybody's belief isn't my belief, but I come from old school parents. I brag all the time of the example that my father was for me, and that's why I said what I said. That those men that want to be provided for, they haven't had a man in their life. They haven't seen a proper representation or presentation of a man. And because they have not seen it, they think that that's cute. It's nothing cute as seeing a woman bow before a man asking for his hand in marriage.
Ain't nothing.
And we
nothing
wonder why
about that.
so many things
Okay.
are upside down in our society today.
Yep. I agree 100%, bro.
Damn, we should let him go last. He's shutting it down.
That's not. I'm just saying, like, we have to be in order. I brag, like I was saying, I brag all the time that out of my years of living with my parents, I never seen my mother hear me work one day. I never seen her work one day in my life.
Yeah, but that's extra. That's extra special nowadays, though, Pastor. Come on now.
Well, guess what? Ask my wife if she has to put her hand to anything. Me and Wash talk. My wife got a whole job. This is just me. My wife got a whole job. I don't expect my wife to do nothing but take care of herself and my children.
Okay.
Whatever she bring in, that's hers. I don't know what she did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, like I said, that's me.
Okay.
But I believe in, you got so many brothers, they want so much from a sister, but they're not holding it down.
Definitely.
You can't walk around and say different stuff. I want this, I want it that way. Well, you got to pay the cost to be the boss.
That's true.
Definitely.
You want to be the boss, pay the cost.
Yep, absolutely, Pastor. Absolutely.
I never have to argue with my wife about different issues. Why? Because I pay the cost to be the boss. She's not gonna fight against me. She don't pay a car note or a house note or nothing. And I'm not a chauvinist neither.
And that's the right way.
You gotta do this, you gotta do that. No, I love my wife. The Bible say that a man is to love his wife as Christ loved the church. What did Jesus do for the church? He died for it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So that's what I'm willing to do for mine. I love my wife, so I'm willing to die for her.
Okay.
That's how it's supposed to be.
If a man say that he want to be your wife, be your wife. If he that's what he want to be.
Yeah, really. Yeah, I see. Okay, that's how you feel.
He said, I'm gonna wear the lingerie. You go wear the boxers.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, I look at things and I see where things go wrong. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. A lot of stuff that we have going on now, it wasn't going on. And if it wasn't going on, it was well hid. But this stuff today is showing us this stuff. It ain't gonna make him love you no more. It ain't gonna make him be more faithful to you.
This is true.
Because you proposed to him. Really, what he gonna think? He gonna think that he got a flow mat.
Yeah. Something he can play
That's
with.
what I'm gonna think.
Yep.
He like she ain't going nowhere. She proposed to me, y'all. He gonna brag about it too.
I mean, that defies the norm in so many ways. Can you think of this? Would we even be having this discussion 20 years ago?
No.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
No.
That's how far gone entertaining this whole question is.
But once again, on my page, Pastor, several people said my wife proposed to me. My wife, 2 people said their wives proposed to them. That's how they got married.
And you should have asked them how faithful are they.
Did the woman, did she propose to you or did she ask you to get married?
Right. So that's the difference.
Okay.
I just can't see that. And if she did, sister.
Wait, Pastor, I want you to call back in 10 minutes. Let me take this other call and call us right back.
Go ahead.
Okay.
All right,
thanks,
bro.
Pastor.
Whatever, Dion. Thank you for calling the Women of Wealth Show on Intellectual Radio. Go ahead.
Good evening. How are you guys this evening?
Good evening.
Good. How are you?
Good. This is Irina. I'm calling from Maryland. I'm not sure which question you're on. I just got on, but I wanted to make sure I called in. Can you ask me, are you on question number 2 or number 1?
Still number 1.
We're still on the question. Well, I went to number 2 first.
Okay.
The question was, is it wrong to propose to a man, or would you propose to a man?
Thanks for calling, Z.
Would I propose to a man? Absolutely. I would say that maybe 30, 40 years ago, I probably would say no to that question because I grew up with my grandparents. And in that time, Grandpa was the man of the house. Grandpa made the decisions and Grandma kind of followed through, but under the table, she'll do her own thing. I think that, we used to take the Bible out of context when it comes to certain things. And so in this state, in 2023, if I feel like I want to marry that man, I don't see a reason why I wouldn't ask him to marry me. Absolutely.
So
the pastor, you can call back in a few minutes, Pastor. Go ahead and explain why you would now.
So you wouldn't wait for him to propose to you. So you're going to just take the ball out of his court and put it in yours and say, hey, sir,
let's do this.
Marry me?
She said her answer. Stop trying to intimidate her.
Just asking.
Right. But as women, we fight for equality and equal rights. And so why does the ball necessarily have to be in his court? If I think it's a mutual decision, the ball is on the court and we should both decide on who's going to shoot that first shot.
Okay,
and so,
girl.
When you have women, they sit by, I'm going to wait, I'm going to wait, I'm going to wait, I'm going to wait. And what if he says, well, I'm going to wait.
Well, he shouldn't be
then
saying
y'all
that.
both gonna be sitting there waiting.
He shouldn't be saying that.
We're gonna be waiting.
So
on
do
the
you think you're too
playground 'cause
aggressive
that
by
ain't
you
gonna
asking
happen.
a man to marry you? Do you think it's something wrong with it biblically, or do you think it's something wrong with you because you're that aggressive enough to ask a man?
Nope. I don't think anything is wrong biblically or being aggressive. I think it's how we interpret things and how we as humans look at it. You know, originally it's like, well, the man should do this. The man wears the pants and the pants. And I just heard the pastor mention, you know, he takes really good care of his wife and he pays all the bills and things like that. But what happens if the woman pays all the bills in the house? What if she's the breadwinner?
I don't think
and
that
he
changes
takes
the
care of
roles
the house?
dramatically, though. I mean, because the thing here, look, again, me personally, I told my wife 22, 23 years ago, if you ever make six figures, I'll quit my job.
Amen. Amen.
I told her I ain't got no problem
What
staying
you
home,
gonna do?
cooking and cleaning the house. Will be
Exactly.
spotless.
So now
I
it's
don't no. But
Absolutely.
let me say this. With that being said, that does not diminish my role as a man. That does not diminish
Not at all.
what I am either. And from that aspect, I understand. Like I said, but here's the thing. Hell, I make six figures now. You know what I'm saying? We still struggling to make ends meet. So, you know what I'm saying? Maybe 20 years ago, 22 years ago, things were a little different. But, you know what I mean? Here's where we are. You know what I mean? But overall, I think the thing is, and I appreciate your opinion. I thank you for calling in and voicing your opinion. There's nothing wrong with the way you think. I'm not saying that there is something wrong with the way you or anybody else like you think. But from the aspect of just based on tradition, you know what I'm saying? Yes, we most definitely could bring the Bible into it, and what the Bible says is most definitely more important than what anything I got to say. But just from a traditional standpoint, when in the history of people getting married have we ever known a woman ask a man to marry? You know what I'm saying? And from that aspect alone, it's just odd. It's just, you know what I'm saying, something that's just very, very, very rarely done. And so that's going to spark, you know what I'm saying, question marks. That's going to spark the Scooby-Doo look,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? That's going to spark, you know, people wondering
He
what
said
the
the
hell
Scooby-Doo
is, you know what I'm saying? Right. So
But you know what? I'm going to say this, and I totally agree with what you're saying, but the older I get, when you start looking at tradition, you look at the history of tradition. Just because it was done for 100 years don't mean that it was right.
thank you.
And so the more that we learn and the more we evolve, since when did we ever call a person a they or a them? We never
Hello.
did. You know why? Because that was not traditional. But we're no longer following the traditional rules because you have more knowledge and understanding, and people are becoming their own selves. Now, please don't misunderstand. I'm not saying that it's right to have a they, because all these years in English, we learned that it's not a they. But that's what it is now. And so tradition changes over time.
So are we going to be
Depending
stuck
on your knowledge,
in archaic
right?
time? Right. I'm agree. Thank you.
not
You
about
know,
being
see,
stuck.
I'm old school, so hey, he better propose to me or we ain't getting married. He might be kicked
And
off
that's
the court.
okay. The Bible says a man that findeth a wife findeth a good thing, but it doesn't say that the wife has to propose or the man has to propose to her.
I think the pastor gonna call back short.
So
Pastor, you heard that?
Wife, but who says that she had to make the first step or he had to make the first step? But they came together, and he still got him a wife.
Well,
That's a good thing.
Here's the thing, though, and I think we covered this earlier. The thing is, when a man is ready, he will ask. If he hasn't asked, then that will let you know he's not ready. You know what I'm saying? And
That's a good point.
So the thing is, you know what I'm saying, for you to jump the gun 5 years in or 10 years in, and you say, hey, look, man, what you think about us getting married? Why don't we go ahead and get married? That's still for that man.
She's suggesting, like, why don't we go get married? I'm saying get down on one knee and say, baby, would you marry me? That's totally different.
It is.
Than me saying, what you think about us just go ahead and get married? Like, we've been in this game for 10 years. Let's go ahead and do the thing. That's different than saying, baby,
will you please? Yeah.
Marriage? Whatever. Thank you for calling. Thank you for calling the show.
Thank you for calling out in Maryland. Send us some crab cakes, please. You know what I'm saying? We need some fresh crab cakes. For real. Thank you for calling in. Appreciate it.
Maryland known for crab.
There it is. For real. Take care.
Take care.
You too. Thank you.
Something she said. Y'all quoted the Bible. everybody that called almost quoted the Bible, but it did not say that a woman could propose. A man found her.
It's the way we interpret the Bible, right?
And again, through the history of time, you know what I'm saying, we've seen that, you know what I'm saying, the man has asked the woman, you know, and that's what we're used to. That's why I
Go ahead, Pastor.
Boy, if you don't stop playing with the Bible, we not gonna play with the Bible. We don't want to insert in the Bible what's not there.
Mm-hmm.
All we want to do is take face value of what the Bible says.
Yep.
The Bible don't get into all that, who moved first or whatnot, but we go use an example. Again, God brought Eve to Adam. He did it for a reason. He's always put man at the forefront of leading.
Mm-hmm.
When that man, when you drop down on that knee, you just reverse the order. Even in the establishment of the family, that man is leading. I agree with Wash. Tradition, it has its place, but the thing is who are we? Our own Supreme Court. They won't reverse things that's been settled for hundreds of years.
Right.
Why are we reversing stuff? What's the necessity to reverse it?
Yeah.
And then another thing I want to know is what's driving as a woman, because I'm not a woman, I'm a man. Mm-hmm. What would drive you to take that type of drastic step?
That's the same thing Earl said. That's the same thing Earl said at the beginning. He's like, well, do you need a place to stay, or you know, say you need somebody to take care of you and your kids? What's going on?
She tired of
Only
waiting.
thing I can think of is I know a lot of times, or sometimes with some females, not all, they're driven by the internal clock, the internal clock where they have their lives planned and they may be behind their scheduled time. But everything that God has purpose for us, it happens in his time.
In his time.
Absolutely.
And whenever it happens, it's the right time.
Yep.
It's not
the
your
right
time, it's God's time. And that's what we need to realize as women, that if you're tired of waiting on that man, I'm not finna put 10 years in the game. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
that's
a problem.
10
Right.
from me.
Right. Yeah, that's a problem.
Did she say a 10 piece?
That's what it is. You're not.
10 speed spicy.
You're not.
Pastor, I think you're going to be our fourth co-host today. Hold on, let me take this call. You're going to have to call back in a few minutes again.
Appreciate you, Frasso.
Thank you for calling the Women of Wealth Show on Intellectual Radio. Go ahead.
Yes, this is Daryl.
Okay, Daryl.
The question on what y'all was saying about, is it right to a girl can ask a man to marry her? What if the father and the mother is not in the picture? Is it still not right for that person can go to the wife to be brother and say, hey, I would love to marry your sister?
But you got to stick to the question. The question is it okay for a woman to ask you to marry them?
Would you accept that woman proposal?
Yes, I'm all right. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But like I said, hey.
But they say that's a meek. Do you feel yourself like is being a weak or a meek type of man?
No, I don't see it.
Okay, so it's okay for a woman.
It's okay.
So why would you not go and propose to that woman? You're gonna wait on her to propose to you. Would you be ready?
Maybe because I already striked out twice by saying that, and they said no. So maybe I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna wait till somebody asks me for a change.
Oh, wait. So you asked two different women and they said no. So the third woman,
she just go get she gonna get it automatically because
the woman for you. You gonna wait on her because you carrying your baggage to the next relationship.
Yeah,
right?
I was trying to be with you, bro.
You
I was
say,
trying to be
I'm
with
gonna wait
you,
on
man.
sister
Hey,
say,
I'm just trying to. Hey, the show is good, right? It's just you talking about the show right here, right?
I guess so.
She's not talking about you. So she's saying that you don't feel demasculated. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Emasculated.
You don't who?
Emasculated.
Emasculated. You don't feel emasculated if a woman asked you to marry you. You'll be okay with that.
He said, yeah.
Okay.
He said, because he got turned down twice. So the third sis gotta come
time
with
is the
it.
charm. Third time is the charm. That's
right.
it.
Okay, you don't got to be intimidated by because of the
It should
masses.
be the charm, right? It should be the charm,
But what if you ain't feeling her like that though, man? You know what I'm saying? What if it's the third or 23rd? What if it's the 33rd or 53rd?
He got turned down twice.
Yeah, but I get it, man. But I mean, you know what?
Wait, let him finish. Let him go and finish so we can clear the line.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I ain't saying you heard about it, but I'm just saying, I mean, what's wrong with that?
Ain't nothing wrong. If you agree, if you think it's okay,
it's your prerogative.
It's nothing wrong with
We
it. But for
living in
some
your
reason,
world, squirrel.
Man,
but for some
right.
reason, they trying to sound like they bullying a little bit.
Not at all. Not at all.
No,
not at all.
That third sis,
right now,
she better watch out.
They're not going to do that. They feel they're not going to do that. They're not going to come up to you and say, "I want you to marry." No.
So you don't think that they're gonna come, but you willing to sit and wait for her to say, "Baby, let you marry me." Nuh-uh, not let's go ahead and get it
out, man. You're in the middle, man. You ain't gonna help a brother out.
Nah,
not with this one, bro. Yo, man. I'm gonna stand back. Hey, look, I'm videotaping. I'm the one recording the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So everybody know how you went down. He went out and fighting, y'all. That nigga went out fighting. I swear to God, he did. You know what I'm saying? It was just too many of them. You know what I'm saying? I told him to run, but he ain't listen to me.
He
So
ain't listen.
that's it. He ain't listen. So
girl, guess what? We're gonna pick up this conversation later. Thank you for calling.
Thank you. All right, thank you.
bro.
I told y'all that some people. Okay.
We got another caller, y'all.
Thank you for calling the Women of Wealth Show on Intellectual Radio.
Uh-oh.
They got scared. Don't get scared or intimidated by the pastor,
Brand.
Dion, or Talika.
Brand Williams.
I'm gonna say my company name.
Brand.
Sis,
My
like
girl,
Talika.
Brand, another Mustang call in, shorty. You got a lot to say, man. You got a lot to say. 708-223-8953. Call in and let them know what you got to say, shorty. I want to hear from you. I don't want to have to read it off the screen. I want you to call in, Brand. 708-223-8953. Let them know what you got to say.
Because we about to switch subjects still.
Yeah.
Like we may have to keep going with this one, but we about to switch topics.
It sparked a lot. It sparked a lot.
So we're going to get back on Durham right quick, right?
That pastor told me I'm not going to propose. No, at this time, no, pastor, I'm not. I'm just saying I would, but y'all making me, I guess I would if I really wanted to. Oh my goodness. Pastor, is that you?
Go ahead, sis.
Welcome to the Women of Wealth Show on Intellectual Radio. Go ahead, Brenda.
Yeah, this is Brand Williams.
Yeah.
Parker.
Oh my goodness, another Parker.
I have too much to say.
Say it all. Let it go.
I'm gonna try to make it as short as I can.
Yeah, right. You from Morgan Park. Y'all don't do that.
People start. I'm gonna try. People start to talk about and bring up this Bible thing. But number one, the Bible is not going to change just because of what you feel.
Right.
God's not going to take anything out of order because you feel like it's wrong or it's right. All of this was established from the beginning. It's never going to change. Okay? A woman that seeks out a man or a man that is willing to accept a woman asking him, they're both out of order.
Damn.
Everything has to be done decently and in order. And when you don't do it decently in order, you're going to get the results of you choosing what it is that you chose.
That's it.
And that's just the bottom line. It's not that I've experienced a lot of things. And I've experienced trying to give what you call these ultimatums, because we have these, and we'll give ultimatum. You wind up with ultimatum results. When you think that your time is is not going like it should go, or, I've been with you so long, let me start threatening you. Those things become idle threats, and the guy is going to take it just for what it is, an idle threat.
Yeah.
And then after you get married to him, or they will go and marry you just because you have threatened them.
Right.
But what's going to come out of it is you're going to find that man eventually is going to get tired of that and think back to, you know what, I really wasn't ready.
Yep.
And I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
And
That's exactly what's going to happen.
That man that wasn't ready should not propose. Just because I say, you know what, I'm not giving you a 10-piece spicy. So either we going to do this.
Are you hungry? Because you keep bringing up chicken.
Just saying, I mean, we reference food, right? So I'm not giving you a 10-piece. I'm not giving you a 10-piece.
Even though he was just proposing because he was afraid of losing her at the time. But once he got her, he still wasn't ready.
And that's
because
the
of the ultimatum. He should not have proposed.
Mm-hmm.
No, he should have not went down there, and they shouldn't have not got married because he wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready. So he should have released her. Like, baby, I'm not ready to get married. And this her.
But he afraid to lose her.
But you're gonna lose.
Yeah,
we both gonna lose regardless if we get married and you ain't ready. We both losing.
Right.
So why not be man enough? Why not be man enough to say, you know what? I'm not ready to get married.
Can we get Brand? Go on,
I'm
Brand.
asking a question.
Oh, okay. Because
why not be man enough to say?
Because as I listen to you all speak, you said it for somebody said it here. That sometimes men just aren't ready, and sometimes they need, but you can't force them to be ready. And I'm speaking from this because I'm going to tell you something. I've given 2 ultimatums, and I'm going to admit this, and I'll tell it to the top of the world because, nobody can really do anything about what's happening with me but the Lord, and that's just the way I feel because I'm a believer. So the thing of it is this. I've given 2 ultimatums, and I've been married twice. And I had to go back and apologize to both of these guys because I did marry both of them. And at the time, they weren't ready. Okay? And both of them married me. And I winded up divorcing both of them.
So why?
And I went back because they weren't. Because I gave them an ultimatum. Mm-hmm. Okay, we done been together. Okay, we've been together. Now you going to marry me. What? Okay. So I'm going to marry you because I'm afraid of losing you. But at the time, that was just at that time. And afterwards, you know what happened? And I can admit this because I don't have no shame in my game when it comes to this. Both of these guys, one went to the world and one went to his mistress that he had all through the marriage. And you know what? To this day, I can accept their choice because they weren't ready then. And I give the props to the woman that waited on the man she stayed in my marriage and waited on a man. And to this day, I tell her and tell him both, that was good. You give an example that, you give this example like, I wanted this man. I stayed there. I waited for him. I'm with them today. And they've been together for 30-some years.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, would you do that again,
though?
Would you actually propose to a man again?
Or
give him an ultimatum.
I wouldn't give him an ultimatum, and I would not propose to him because I've taken it out of order. Okay. I was supposed to wait on that man to find me and that man to come to me.
Right.
And I taken it out of order. And like I said, the Bible's not going to change because we want it to.
Right.
Because of what our feelings are. We feel like our time is running out, or we feel like we've been with them long enough. No, I would not do it again. And because I got the results of what I chose, and then I had to go back and apologize to both of these guys and let them know. I apologize for the part that I played in that led to this where we are today. You're split up, and we're split up, and you go on, not that, they tell me they would rather be here, but, that's not happening. But anyway, the thing of it is that, no, when you are a woman, you must. If you don't feel like you want to wait, then don't start it.
Yeah.
If you don't feel like but given an ultimatum, those relationships don't work. And if you can't wait on God, there's no need of you even getting in the game. Because that man is never going to change. That man, it is his given mission from God. and to talk about, I can ask this man because I feel like I'm tired. Women get so desperate because they feel like their time is running out. Wait on the Lord, honey. I'm gonna tell you, if you waiting on him, but you gotta wait. It's not about your time. People are forgetting this is not their thing down here. This is God's thing. Everything is done down here is for His purpose, not for ours.
It definitely is. But He gave us.
They're
good
getting
sense.
desperate. They're getting desperate because we are in our end times, whether people want to believe it or not. And evil is getting so desperate, they're willing to do anything to try to think that they're winning. But it's not going to happen. So again, I would say this. It's not going to happen. Evil's not going to take over. Time is running out. And these people are feeling this without understanding what's really going on. And it's not that they don't know, but the fact of it is, I'm going to say this. It's not that they think that they're getting anywhere. It's the fact that they don't know what they're doing. They don't know the word. Nobody wants to spend time with learning what the word is. You can't turn it around. Everything. And I'm going to say this and I'm going to go.
Brian, because you said that like 3 times ago. If God is powerful enough to and all of these things and everything in His little venue, anything that was put in that word, He's powerful enough to turn it around.
Amen.
Brand,
thank you so much.
People gotta be believers.
Thank you so much, Mustang. Appreciate you.
Egg Mustangs, goodness. Thank you for calling the Women of Wealth Show on Intellectual Radio. Go ahead.
Good evening, Miss Shirley from Sweet Tree.
Hey.
How you all doing? I truly agree with the speaker that's on the call.
Oh,
okay.
You have to go with God's timing, and I'm totally 100% against a woman approaching a man about a marriage.
Bam.
So how long would you
It's up to the woman. I don't have a time on it. You will know when it's time to go. You will know. You have to go with God. If you're a believer, anyway, you will know if it's time to go, stay, or whatever. It's up to you if you wait 2 years, 8 years, or 10 piece, or whatever. But
I'm putting that disclaimer out on the first date. I ain't waiting 10 piece.
For me, no way. I think a woman should be approaching a man talking about, will you marry me? It do seems a bit desperate.
Well, thank you, Shirley. Sweet Treats, the best cookies in town.
Cheers. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shirley.
Okay, bye.
Take care.
Yes. So this is my question. It's like, I hear the callers.
Tell Tim to call because he talking 708 Tim 222.
He said he'll be back.
Okay, 8953.
The
Go ahead.
fact that you supposed to wait on the man, right? And it's God's time, but that man may not be a believer.
Yeah.
So we wait.
So you gonna have the pastor call back?
Everybody not believers in this world. Let's be real here. And so I'm a believer, right? And I know it's God's timing, but God didn't tell me to be no fool either. Do I wait 10 years and say, "Hey, Joey"?
No, not at all.
Because have you ever had somebody come and say, "God told me you was my wife"?
Yes.
And I said, "Well, God didn't text me that yet."
And I told him, I said, "What Bible you reading from?"
Right. And what God you talking to? How about that? You know what I'm saying? Because
I've had somebody to say. He called me by my real name. And he was like, "Talika, I had a dream that we got married." I said, "You had a nightmare." He said, "No, for real. I know you were supposed to be my wife." I said, "Boy, if you don't get up out my face." He was like, "Nah, for real." I say,
"So
we ain't even," I said, "I don't even know you." So
okay, so the pastor may have to call one more time because he said you wait for the man. How you know the man? It may be some posers that come up and fake the funk.
And that seems to be going around a lot these days.
Hold on a second. Earl keep looking. What Earl? You sure? Because you like, what?
You said some posers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
you just like
imposters.
yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
That
I
said
agree.
that.
I
I
agree.
mean, he may have had a dream,
Yeah,
but for
yeah.
me, it was
You
a
say he ain't Martin
nightmare.
Luther King though, so
Right,
not with
right.
you.
He had a
Right.
nightmare because, baby, I ain't the one.
Well,
from
you know, the thing is, and in your case, T, you know what I'm saying? You say you didn't even know this dude. So for a man to just come out, he was just trying to put it out there, you know, hoping that you go get hooked. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know
But,
him through my brother. It's one of my brother
and I get
friends.
that. I get
I'm
that. But I
like,
mean,
boy.
again, you know, like but again, like, what's your last name? Let's start there. You know what I'm saying? Before getting into all of that, you know what I'm saying?
I
We gonna
know him,
start there,
but we didn't have a connection.
that kind of and
But
see.
you dreaming about me, boy. You had a nightmare.
So right, and so to kind of put it all together, you
Put
know what
it
I'm saying,
together for
again,
us, Dion.
the thing about having that connection and waiting too long, whether it's 2 years is too much long or 12 years is too long, whatever the case may be, that's through conversations that you all have to have. That's through what I'm saying, time and experience. That okay, I told me and my wife had this conversation 100 years ago, and she asked me when did I know that I wanted to marry her. I said, probably after about 2 years. About
2 years.
Yeah, about 2 years. But it took us another 2 years before we got married. So we was halfway through our dating before I finally asked her to marry me, because 2 years I felt good. I felt comfortable. It's cool and everything, but I wasn't ready after 2 years. So, and plus, not only that, it was things I wanted to make sure that I had in place for myself to be able to take care of her, to be able to support her as much as she was going to be able to support me. And it took a while. I told y'all a story about how, what I'm saying, what my mom told me, what I'm saying, and all that stuff.
You
So,
come in, yeah,
what I mean?
you
So,
slow.
yeah, I'm always the last, but that's all right. I'm the most thorough too. You know what I'm saying? So, what I'm saying? Only people that's in front of me and my family is my sister and my brother-in-law. And they've been married 37 years. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm, what I'm saying, 13 behind them, what I'm saying? So, I mean, it works that way, and it worked for us. But again, you got to know, and I said this to somebody else years ago too, a brother knows, what I'm saying, after about 2 years, if he wants to marry you or not, he knows. The thing is, what I'm saying, do you feel comfortable enough? And there's a lot that goes into it, not just because we've been in the game 2, 4, 5 years, whatever. So the thing is, you have to, and the woman, just like y'all said, y'all got to know, okay, after 2, 3 years, what I'm saying, we ain't even mentioned the word, we ain't even said the word marriage. So what's really going on? You know what I'm saying? So again, how much more time am I going to give this man, or am I, going too fast? There's a lot that goes into it. It's not just as simple as we making it sound.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, that's through your own personal experience. You know what I'm saying? Every woman is different, just like every man is different. So you have to figure it out amongst yourselves and by yourself.
Now,
if this is what you want to do, or if this is what you want to wait on.
Somebody on your page said, "What is the problem with women being single?"
That was
I don't
Wendy.
really have a problem with being single. Do you have a problem with being single, T?
I'm single now.
Okay,
No.
so but was for some women, similar to what Earl said when we first started the show, some women are looking for that security and that support and that baby daddy, somebody to assist them and to help them, because they're tired of struggling out here. So yes, that does play a part if you go and tell a man, because if you look at the 20 and 30-year-olds now, them boys at home eating J&J fish, playing video games while the woman go work. That's why a lot of these kids are being abused and being killed, because that's not the kid's father. He is there watching your kid because you need somebody to watch.
He's the babysitter.
He's the babysitter as well. So yes, that is happening, but I don't think older women, which I'm not sure, just saying.
I don't think that women can't be single, but we wasn't put on this earth to be alone. And so that's the thing.
Tell Wendy that. Look at his screen and tell Wendy that. Yeah,
everybody needs a partner, right? Either it's a man or a woman, or man and man, whatever floats your boat. Okay. So we wasn't put on here to be alone.
Pretty much. I mean, COVID proved that when we had to kind of be by ourselves,
yeah.
And how the world responded.
Yeah.
You know,
and they didn't respond well.
They didn't,
because
that
changed
everything.
It changed the game for a lot of people.
It changed the dynamic of everything.
A lot of mental conditions come out and surface because they was mentally trapped within themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's hard for a lot of people.
But a lot of people got a divorce because some people, I
Because some
understand,
people are just
because some
married
people
just-
stay married because I was even told, like, man, you seem stressed. Just go. It's cheaper to keep them. And believe it or not, you hear that more. So when the pastor said that he handles all the bills, do you know that is a unique? He's like a unicorn.
Very unique.
He's a
Very unique.
unicorn at this point because the average man is not gonna sit and take care of you fully in that manner. But I take my hats off to him.
Yeah.
But nobody's gonna do that right now. So that's a unicorn. She got a very good man. But because them men be passing you them bills, like you see that.
Right.
Yeah. What we gonna do about this?
Hold on.
Half.
Right.
I got 5.
Yeah. So right now it sounds real good that we sitting here saying this. And yes, it's good that we wait for a man. But right now, the men, the way they was raised, a lot of the way these men was raised, they going in half.
Yeah,
hey, where your
that's
half
the mentality.
And
That's
you know
the mentality.
what? And I'm okay with that because I want a lot. So because my stuff changes frequently, it's never enough. I never have enough, right? And so because I know that about myself, I'm not expecting you to keep up with me. But I am expecting you to be on my level, so you know that enough is not enough. You know that in a gate, because I'm transparent when it comes to that, right? So let's continue to build.
Because it seems weird when the man come now and say, I got you. I got everything. Don't worry about it. You be looking around like he's going to kill you.
It is awkward because
it's awkward because you're not used to it.
Well, because the game has changed an awful lot.
I fold my hands. Okay, let me see.
And to something you said, a lot of 30-years out here playing video games and just watching.
Eating chicken.
Babysit, right, eating J&J's.
And Kool-Aid.
Right. Spicy, extra hot sauce, you know what I'm saying? But and that's the sad thing about it is that they're okay with it, though. They're okay with just doing just that. And I get it, you know what I'm saying? We can make the argument about, it's the 21st century and women's rights, and you want to be my partner, then do what I do, and blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, women have now taken over that role, and that's the problem. Nigga, while you sit at home playing, you know what I'm saying, NBA 2K or whatever, you're Madden 22 or whatever the case might be, she out there busting her hump, you know what I'm saying, trying to provide for you. And yo nothing ass because that's what the problem is.
But no, you know what?
Pull that money out.
You know what? She likes it because she
is okay with it.
So
that's the sad part about
judge those relationships. No, whatever float people's
the
boats,
therapist came and said that.
Whatever float people's boats, float they boats.
And I get that. But again, here's the thing: as a man, as a real man. As a man, how am I okay with that? How am I okay with that? Why am I okay with that?
No, but he said he wasn't. Some men not okay with the woman being the provider. Because to me,
get 2 jobs.
And I'm not. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that. But again, for these dudes out here, you know what I'm saying, they want to just stay at home and play video games, and they okay with that. How, as a man, are you okay with that? How are you okay with that? That's what I'm saying.
So you're trying to say, let me just get this straight. Let's just say that a woman, just like from Maryland called, she said, okay, you stay at home and I pay all the bills. Is that? She didn't say that, but okay. She said that she would be the provider. She said she'll provide and you stay home. She did say that, right?
No.
Did she say that?
I don't think she said that. Yeah.
Okay, she said, okay. Is it that wrong if a woman did provide and the man stayed at home? Would it be something wrong with that?
No, that's their household. That's their
and they're okay with it.
They're okay with it.
It's not. I'm not judging.
So we're not gonna demonize them if the roles were switched.
No,
I'm just asking
because everybody that called that kind of said they're proposed, y'all low key bullied them.
I'm just saying, if that's your choice, that you're gonna be the provider. But I'm not finna say, "Hey, Bob, would you marry me?"
I'm about 12 different names.
Yeah, okay. That's why she ain't married then.
I'm just saying, I'm not finna do that. And because I'm not finna do that, because he ain't ready. He ain't ready. I'm not finna give nobody no ultimatum. I'm just telling you this. I'm not giving you a 10-piece in the dough. I'm saying that in the dough.
Okay.
Like that's where it starts with the conversation when you dating. What is your expectations on relationships?
That's it.
But we don't do that a lot. We don't sit in the door.
That's a conversation
and then people don't
want
to listen. People don't want to listen. When somebody tell you who they are, believe them. When they say this is what I need, People, but as
Absolutely.
women, guess what we try to do?
Men try to
No,
save you too.
no.
Yes,
As
they
women,
do.
now I'm gonna say this: as women, we go in the door and build a bear. We get off on building the bear. We say we go off potential.
We do.
And men go off what they see in front of them to say, yeah, I'm gonna deal with this, or no. We say we gonna take them. We may not want them, but we gonna take them because we feel like we can build them up. Women do that, and we get disappointed a lot. Go ahead, Earl.
I have a question for y'all. Oprah and Stedman been together for about 30 years. Why do you think they never got married?
Because he ain't ready.
No, because Oprah has too much power. And he doesn't have to marry her. A lot of people get married to save money. A lot of people get married to help each other out.
I mean, obviously she loved him.
She loved him.
So why didn't she ask him to marry her? Why didn't she be the one to say, hey, Stedman, why don't you marry me?
Because she got more to lose than Stedman.
9 times out of 10, they done probably had that conversation. And they both
She
okay with the
know
conversation that they had, whatever it may be.
And she doing Gail anyway.
30 years, 30
Oh,
years,
boy.
30 years and he ain't ready. Come on now.
They've been over 30 years, ain't they?
I mean, you could be people be together for so many years, and that man still not ready to make that woman.
He doesn't have to. They got everything. Why does he need to marry?
I bet you if the roles were reversed and Stedman had the $3 billion, I bet they'd be married.
Absolutely. Yeah, because she would have made him. She would have gave him no choice. You know what I'm saying? But look at not just Stedman and Oprah. Look at Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. They've been together since the early 80s.
But
you know
she said she didn't want to get married because it changes things. So right now they just
some people don't want to be married.
Did I just tell you it's cheaper to keep her?
It's good.
I get that advice because I work with all men. Man, sometimes you just got to keep them. You don't think I want to get a divorce? I stayed because it's cheaper to keep them. So when you get that advice from a man to say stay there even though you're unhappy, when should you get a divorce?
The greatest man in the history of my life, my father
Your
told
daddy.
me that peace of mind is priceless.
Absolutely. And those men.
So I don't give a damn what Johnny Taylor said and whoever else said it behind him. It ain't that much cheaper to keep her if you losing your mind.
Hello.
So I'm not trying to hear that. I promise you. It was a great song. I love the song. I listened to it the other day, to be honest. But that don't mean I'm gonna follow his advice if I'm losing my mind, because peace of mind is priceless.
It definitely
priceless. There is no price tag. 3 billion, 10 billion, Jeff Bezos billions, Mark Cuban billions, or Bill Gates billions. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
It's not, because you could just go ahead and hand over that lump sum and you go about your merry way. Because you may find the woman that's meant for you.
Okay, so before we wrap this up, we said this a few shows back, which another pastor at work said this to me. And this is true. And I repeated it. Black women, we were not raised to be wives. We were raised to be independent. We was raised to take care of our kids. We was raised to be strong, powerful. We was raised with all of these words, except wife was never something we was really taught how to be. So sometimes you got to be a little patient with us, because stop shaking your head, T. Because if you look at
no.
Okay, we're not saying your grandmother.
We were taught to be helpmates. Like what are we?
No, we was not, Talika.
We were.
You see, I said your government name.
Z, call back in. We were taught to be helpmates. You heard what my cousin said. She said my granddaddy ran everything,
and then she also said she'll propose now.
Hey, that's what she said.
Okay, it don't matter how she was raised, though.
But I'm saying she said how we was raised.
Okay,
we were taught to be wives.
Okay, when we gonna do a poll on
be submissive. We 2023 women say I don't gotta be submissive because I make the bread. So now the roles are reversed. It's a lot of men out here that are not men. They are beta. And it's a lot of women that's alpha, because the roles are reversed. We now have this sense of independence that we don't need a man.
That was put into us long ago.
No, it was not.
Some people took hold of that a lot tighter than most people did. You know what I'm saying? That's the sad part about it, is because, and here's the crazy part, you know what I'm saying? I'm every woman, like Shaka Khan and Whitney Houston said, but then when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, being a dealing or having a man, you don't know how to do that. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? When you don't know how to play your position. That's the problem.
Thank you for calling the Women of Wealth Show. Thank you for calling the Women of Wealth Show, Shirley Sweet Treats. Go ahead.
Hi, I just want to comment on what you guys talking about. My grandfather, my grandmother never worked. My mom,
Her husband never worked. However, they took care of all the bills. But what I saw coming up was my grandfather had another family outside the marriage, and so did my father. In terms, that's kind of what they gave up. And what it made me do at an early age, I said, I'll never be codependent on a man.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So at that point, seeing that growing up, you say, I'm going to be independent. I'm going to make my own money.
Absolutely. My mom and grandmama, all they did was cook, took care of the kids. That's it. Never worked. Everything, all the bills and everything was paid for. And that's what happened. Two whole other families.
And they wore dusty roads around the house.
That's it.
All right.
Thank you. And so
they was called dusters.
Yeah.
And so
With
that's
some
what
house
I'm
shoes
saying.
on.
That's what I'm saying. We were taught. If you really look back, your grandmother was submissive.
I wasn't taught. I'm gonna say that one then. I give myself a disclaimer.
Was submissive, but she did her little
I don't know what that means. You keep doing this.
She did her little two-step. She did her little two-step.
What does that mean? Talk. If you gonna talk. What that means?
She did her little two steps to show us that she got some.
What, she cheated? She had a man on the side?
No.
So what's this mean?
She did her little two steps, meaning that she used to say, I got my own money. She used to work. But she didn't have to pay the bills. My granddaddy did all that. My granddaddy handled that.
So she hid her money?
She took care of the kids. They had 5 kids. So that's what she did. That was what her money was for. Right?
708.
But as the kids got older, they sat down at the kitchen table and paid them bills together. She made sure that she wasn't going to be homeless. Period. So for me, it's like, okay, I see that. But like I told them a long time ago, it's got to be a strong man to handle my personality. You got to come with. If you ain't ready to build, we ain't going to work. Because I can take care of myself. I take care of myself right now. But do I want to? Heck no. I want to kick my
so with
feet
your
up.
strong personality, do you have an issue with finding a good man?
708.
I mean, I'm sorry, with a good man finding you.
No, because I know how to be submissive.
8953.
You strong and submissive?
708.
I know how to be submissive.
Yes or no? Are you strong and submissive?
Yes. I'm gonna tell you
this. It
this.
just seemed like an oxymoron.
No. I know how, if he a man, I know how to chill. But if he ain't no man, I know how to wow.
Okay, so would you tell her to stop doing that, Dion? Could you tell her to
I'm
stop?
just saying.
Okay, because I'm thinking that means something else. Me and Earl thought the same thing. Like, Earl,
I know how to wow out, but a submissive, a man that I can be submissive to, I know how to chill.
Thank you for calling the Women of Wealth Show on Intellectual Radio. Go ahead.
This is Virgil.
Hey,
Hi,
Virgil.
I'm also a Mustang.
Oh my goodness. Virgil, you cannot talk 6 minutes,
Yes,
Virgil.
sir.
Come on with
Class 85. What's going on, bro?
Let me just say this. I'm old school, and I've been married for 30 plus years.
Okay. Congratulations.
It ain't easy. It's efforts on both halves. It's give and take on both halves. But in terms of when a man's to propose to a woman or not, I was with my wife for 4 years before I proposed to her. There is no set time to that. A man's got to feel that. That's got to come from within.
Right.
And if she'd have gave me that ultimatum, I wouldn't have married her if I wasn't ready.
Right.
And then second of all, like Mr. Washington was saying, it's time when we're putting together, because I'm preparing myself to be a provider. It's not that I was just waiting out. I want to make sure I can provide for her and prepare for a family. So there's time, there's no, like you said, a lot of times women sit back and be like, well, I've been with him for 2 years. Well, let me finish getting what I need to get together to be a provider.
Right. Absolutely.
And so a lot of times that happens. Women, put that pressure on you. But if she would have pressured me after the second year, we never would have been married.
There it is.
I'm not saying 2 years, 4 years. I'm saying 10.
And I'll make this point. Just because we wait a couple years did not mean that I didn't love her.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I loved her to death. It was just that I was trying to make sure that I can be a provider, because the way I was raised old school.
Mm-hmm.
A man is the head of his household.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to be the provider, everything for that.
Mm-hmm.
What did
And
you
if
let
you're
her
not
know
in
that? Did you say,
I'm
hey,
sorry?
did you let her know that? Did you say, hey, baby, I'm just getting my stuff in order?
I did not. But again, that's the way I was raised. See, when you let a man sit there and play games and all that, and he can't change a tire, you got a boy. You got a boy.
Pretty much.
In the
Pretty
man's
much.
body.
And it's like anything else. I think a lot of women have lowered their standards. And when you do that, that's what you're going to get.
Yep.
You know, there's a lot of real men. Now, just like the pastor called in, my wife has never paid a mortgage or a car note a day in her life. And that's today. And I make 6 figures now, but I always didn't make that. But again, it was my idea was of being a man and a good provider was simple. You're supposed to take care. My dad always told me, I don't care what you do, keep a roof over this head and food on that table.
That is.
That's my priority. That's my job.
That's it.
Absolutely.
That's my job. And and like you said, I welcomed it. Like you said, my wife's now a teacher, you know, and been a teacher for years. I couldn't tell you how much my wife makes. You know, but it all goes in one pot. I know she's there if I need her. And she knows I'm there if she needs me. But I just say that to say, you know, once a woman, it's not a competition. It's like you said, John, it's not a competition.
That's it.
If my wife, I welcome my wife to make. If she made $200,000 and I made $100,000, I welcome that. That doesn't make me less of a man.
Right.
Not at all.
Right.
So let's take that out the equation. Because no matter what, I'm always going to be the head of my household.
That's it.
Period.
That's it.
Point blank.
That's it, bro. Appreciate
But
it.
when we start letting, you know, when the ladies start accepting these lower standards, then y'all get to the point where y'all start telling, ain't no real men out here. It is. You know, a man should pay, in my opinion, again, if we go on a dinner, if I'm dating you, I should pay 4 to 5 times to your one time.
Yeah.
That's just the way. There's no.
True.
You don't get to the table. You don't get come to the table and then we go to dinner. And you say, okay, here's my half for the bill. No,
We
no,
going
no
Dutch.
real man.
Right.
Then we ain't going
That
on
ain't
no
no real
date.
man.
Right.
Right. Absolutely.
Right.
That's not a real man. So ladies, don't lower your standards.
How about
Make
that?
that brother step up.
All right.
Appreciate it, Virgil, man.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for calling in,
Virgil.
Mustang, my man.
Mustangs, go
There's
Mustangs.
a lot of good brothers out. It's a lot of good brothers out
There
here.
it is.
We
Yes,
gonna
sir.
have
There's a
some
lot of
speed
good
dates
brothers out
coming up soon.
Bad Mustangs. Thank you for calling the Women of Wealth Show on Intellectual Radio. Go ahead.
He is preaching as good as the pastor. They both are on the same accord, and I agree with them wholeheartedly.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, Shirley,
Brenda.
sweet trees.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. All right, y'all. We're gonna wrap it on up. Any final words? I'm gonna start. I usually start over there with the engineer. Or you got anything to say on this topic? We didn't even get to the second. You good? All right. See?
Ladies, do not bend down on one knee and say, Bob, would you marry me? No. If he's not ready, he ain't gonna be ready when you propose to him, honey. That's my take on it. I ain't doing it.
Yeah, I wanted you to go to my page though and just.
I don't want to see.
No,
the
you don't
men.
want to see the men say that. No,
because then
so you
I'm
need
like,
a certain type of man. You don't need a beta male. You
I
don't.
definitely don't, because I'm gonna run all over him.
Okay, we got that.
Okay.
All right. Maybe I know you a Morgan Park alumni, so maybe I should go first because you may be a little long-winded.
Ladies first. Ladies
Okay.
first.
Right now. Okay. In these times, right now, I feel like you should be able to do what you want to do. Listening to y'all, yeah, I do need a strong man. I don't need a weak man. I don't need nobody talking low on their words or not knowing really what they want or to be indecisive. So I get all of that. But like I said, I do say that a lot of us Black women was raised to be independent, to be strong. And sometimes we don't know how to be submissive enough to be a wife. I am gonna say
you
that.
you find the right man that find you, you will learn how to be
I stand there.
submissive.
Oh, I will stand down now.
Exactly.
Okay,
So
yeah.
you
For life, Cyrus.
you
All right,
will learn how to
for
be
life, Morgan
submissive.
Park. For life. Go ahead, Dion. Take us out.
I'm just gonna say this. I have spoken.
He spoke.
And pretty much everybody that called in and had a comment said the exact same thing that I have said. And again, this is not just a popularity contest. This ain't just to see how many people can get you can get to swing to your side. It's what it is. It's what it is, y'all. This is what it is. And that's just the way it is.
That's just the way it is. That's the way love
Thank
goes.
you for the Women of Wealth Show, Cocktails and Conversation.
Holla,
We
y'all.
did it again, guys. Thank you.
Great show,
Woohoo!
family.
We
Great
out.
show.
The west side, the north side, Chi-Town.